Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Gerard, how have you learned to play the keyboard so well?
Well, excuse me. Well, to answer your question, Mr. Cumlock, I basically taught myself. Okay? What you have to understand here is what we have is just a whole collection of keys. You gotta figure out how to play them. You gotta figure out which ones to push to do the things that you want them to do. And it just comes to you after that. Does that answer your question, Mr. Cumlock?
I guess it has.
Okay, did you have another question?
Who is it that you idolize?
Myself, Mr. Cumlock, I guess would be the most accurate, so to speak, because the thing that I admire most about what I do is what I do, pretty much. Check this out. Have you ever heard anything like this? Beethoven doesn't do that. Mozart, Bach, Chopin, it's just pretty much my own creation, sire. Do you understand? Okay, for example, have you ever heard this? Such gratitude, just simple gratitude, pretty much is my inspiration, and I taught myself. Any more questions, Mr. Cumlock?
What has inspired you to play?
Well, Mr. Cumlock, music itself in general has a slight touch to it that no one can surpass. Have you ever seen a horse walking on the free plains, so to speak? In your mind or in actuality, have you seen a horse running free on a plain?
I don't believe I have.
There is a certain sense of freedom. There is a certain sense of freedom that you must document, that you must have, that lives inside you to inspire such activity. Okay? Okay? Check this out, Mr. Cumlock. This is one of those things that inspires a musician to play. It goes like this. It's just got a certain magic to it. You understand, Mr. Cumlock? Did you have any more questions?
Where do you see yourself in the future with music?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Mr. Cumlock. Can you speak up, please?
Where do you see yourself in music in the future?
Music in the future. I would like to think of myself more like a, sorry. I see myself being the king of music. Because this has a gratitude that no other music, Mr. Cumlock, no other music can suffice with. You understand what I mean, Mr. Cumlock? Hold on. Gratitude, Mr. Cumlock. Does that answer your question, or did you have further detail in the question?
How do you become the king of music?
Oh, you're very stubborn, Mr. Kumquat. Like that, Mr. Kumquat. Do you understand the art of that? Do you understand why a musician? Do you understand why a musician would do such, would create such in his mind to create music, to recreate music, to give music its ultimate power? And that's what I classify this as, is giving music its ultimate power. There's lots of things you can do on a keyboard, on a guitar, on any instrument, but the keyboard supersedes it by far. And what you must remember, Mr. Kumquat, is that things are not definified by how or why, when or where. It is the root of the dignity itself. Any more questions, Mr. Kumquat?
Mr. Gerard, does your family understand why you play?
Okay. Just... Huh. No, sir, Mr. Kumquat, because I put them out of my equations of music a long time ago. If you understand what I mean, my parents don't exist anymore. They're no longer alive. They're deceased. And some people blame me. I know I do. So they're not with me to understand my achievements, to understand the intelligence, so to speak, of exactly what I'm doing here. And I found it astounding. Don't you, Mr. Kumquat? Be honest with me. Okay? Do not you find this astounding? Do not you find this astounding? Do not you find this astounding? It's all about precision, Mr. Kumquat. Do you have any more questions?
Around what age did you start playing the keyboard?
Probably 1.5 or 2.7. Somewhere in that era. 1.5, probably closer to 2.7.
And what do you mean by using decimals in this answer to the previous question?
Well, I think in years, Mr. Kumquat, that's what they typically base the reality of music on, which is what I study most, the reality of music. Math and science doesn't mean nothing to me except for things like this. I mean, this is awkward. That makes no sense, because it doesn't exist, okay? Now, if you get something like this, you got perfect harmony. Same thing with decimals, I think. But of course, that was before my time. I don't know much about decimals. I know they're numbers, plus a dot, plus another number, maybe 3 or 4 numbers behind that, after that, and maybe 3 or 4 numbers before it, maybe 6 or 8, maybe 12. I'm not sure exactly how many numbers are before, behind the decimal. I would think that I was 472,643 days old. Okay, Mr. Kumquat. Any more questions?
What about your newest record?
Sorry about that, Mr. Kumquat.
What about your newest record? How do you think it will change the world of music?
My newest record is going to change the future of music. music by what we was discussing earlier, Mr. Cumlot. Apparently you wasn't listening. Gratitude, Mr. Were you interrupting me, Mr. Cumlot?
No.
I'll give you the pleasures. May you ask the question?
I was apologizing.
Sorry, Mr. Cumlot, but gratitude itself defies the future of music. And I think gratitude itself, and that's how I plan to change the future of music. Any more questions, Mr. Cumlot?
Do you believe that music deserves more respect than it is given? In this time period.
In this time period? So you're asking me, Mr. Cumlot, if I think that music requires or deserves more credit than what is given in this time period?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely not. I cannot stand today's music. It's completely repulsive and bullcock. I have no desire for it. I don't know anyone who does. Do you, Mr. Cumlot?
No, I prefer the past music.
So we agree. That is what the gratitude of music sounds like. Now, if we want to talk about the past, Mr. Cumlot, here's what it sounds like. Just complete nonsense, Mr. Cumlot. So, any other questions?
How has music affected your life?
Sorry. I'm gonna take. It gives you a feeling, Mr. Cumlot. It gives you a feeling. Okay. Tell me, what do you feel when you hear this? Okay? When you hear this, what do you feel? Mr. Cumlot, what do you feel when you hear that?
A kind of sadness.
Well, no, it's complete happiness. You got it backward, Mr. Cumlot. Okay, this is sadness. Okay?
But those won't fall off. They sounded stimulant.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cumlot. That's not my profession to put into people's minds what they should think about music. I think music has a gratitude of its own, and I mentioned gratitude several times because I figure it would give people a sense of understanding, but every interviewer that has interviewed me does not understand the concept of gratitude, the gratitude of music. Gratitude itself defies music. Mr. Cumlot, do you have any more questions?
Well, there is one more. How is it that you've learned to play so well without a teacher?
Okay, Mr. Cumlot, let me give you an example. Have you ever been behind a piano or behind a keyboard?
I do not believe so.
Which one key? When you hear that key, what it brings to you, it reminds you of something deep inside your soul. And then it flows to the next. In music terms, that means that is full of obstacles, and you must achieve your way around those. Now, if you were to play a song, okay? If you were to play a song with notes like that, things that no one else understands, then I would think that you have yourself a successful recording. You have yourself success in your mind. Success in your mind. You have success in your mind. Very, very much success in your mind to produce, to construct, to recreate a musical era that is unbelievable. Out of your mind. Out of your mind. Very well, out of your mind. Out of your mind. Mr. Kamla. Out of your mind. You would not believe it. You should get behind an instrument, Mr. Kamla.
Well, which one do you think I should use?
Okay, Mr. Kamla. The thing is, I think you should use this one. It's just a simple C note and follow from there. Carry it to the end, where you feel the end may be needed. Otherwise, go with it. Carry yourself gradually to the end, then the end, and then the beginning, at the same time. But in the very end, you carry it, Mr. Kamat, to the very end. Does that answer your questions, Mr. Kamat?
I guess it does.
I very much appreciate interviewing with you. It was good. It was good to talk to you, Mr. Kamat. Thank you. I'll look forward for the next interview.
Thank you for welcoming me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for welcoming me.